Bitcoin crashed over the last few days, but this analyst is still bullish on Bitcoin long term. We want to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below where you think Bitcoin will ultimately land. Let's take a look at what Lou Kerner, quantum economics head crypto analyst, said on CNBC.
The news out of the Treasury, coupled with China's new restrictions, could call into question Bitcoin's immediate and long-term futures. David Rubenstein, Carlyle Group co-founder, had some thoughts on that topic this morning.
I think it's here to stay. Cryptocurrency is not going away, just like gold is not going away. So yes, it had its ups and downs, and yesterday was not a good day for it. But that's true of anything that is relatively new. And I don't think you're going to see anything like crypto going away and disappearing. It's here, and it's here because people in the market want something other than just the traditional currencies that we've had. And whether that's right or wrong, it's clearly something that the market wants.
Again, kind of indicating that institutional interest, perhaps, in crypto. Joining us now is Lou Kerner. He's blockchain Coinvestors partner and quantum economics head crypto analyst. Lou, you're super bullish on Bitcoin, so I assume you think this is a buying opportunity. But what would you say tactically about the price action and the retail versus the institutional demand and all the rest of it?
Yeah, Kelly, I tend to take a longer term view of things. I really am looking out 10 years and think that Bitcoin will be at least $1 million in 10 years. And I'm pretty sure that it's going to get there by going up and down and up and down and up and down in very wild swings, because that's what it does. I think we had 6 downswings of about, more than 30% in the 2017 bull market. So if you've been in Bitcoin a while, you've seen this again and again and again.
Although I saw your stat about $1 million, Lou, and I was just trying to do some quick math. I mean, you're talking about maybe $25 trillion market cap for Bitcoin if it were ever worth that much. And the whole S&P 500 is only worth like $35 trillion. So basically money would have to come out of either the entire S&P 500 or the equivalent size of the whole U.S. economy in order for Bitcoin and all go into Bitcoin. I mean, is there enough liquidity to support prices anything close to those levels, let alone where we are now?
Well, my guess is, the U.S. Treasury is going to print that up in between now and then. So they're creating massive amounts of liquidity. And from a very macro perspective, I'm getting to that $1 million figure, assume that it's going to get half of the store of value market, which is 10 trillion today. And I think that market's going to go to 40 trillion over the next 10 years, because it's not that Bitcoin is a little bit better store of value than gold. It's 10x, 100x better. And when you get new things that are that much better, the markets tend to grow dramatically.
Why is it that much better than gold as a store of value? And why, if it is so volatile, is it a store of value at all?
That's a fair question about the volatility. If you look in, to minute by minute, day by day, it's tremendously volatile. If you look at it and you telescope out, over any 2 to 3 year period, nobody's ever lost Bitcoin who's held on to it for more than 3 years. So if you telescope out, it's actually not volatile. It really goes in one direction, and that's up. And I apologize. What was the other question?
No, that was it. I mean, that was basically my question. I suppose another question I have would be for a retail investor, and retail investors are very interested in this. I just got off a phone call with a very educated business school professor who asked me, what about Bitcoin? And I fumbled around with my answer. If I were interested in investing in it, what percentage of my portfolio is a fair and safe amount to put in it if I'm an ordinary mid-career individual family person?
Sure. Well, I think that depends on what your risk tolerance is. There's still risk in Bitcoin. I'm not here saying that it's not risk, but it's a massive asymmetric bet. In other words, I think it can go up 25x in the next 10 years, and the most can go down is 1x. So it's the greatest asymmetric bet I've seen in my lifetime.
Is it for money you don't care about losing? Or is it for money that is kind of your flyer money, your mad money, as Jim Cramer might call it?
Well, I think it depends on who you are. I think if you're very risk averse, having 1% in is probably a good amount. And if you're more aggressive, having 10% in, I think would probably be a lot. For people who don't really understand it so much, for people like myself who have very deep conviction about it, I have more than 50% of my wealth tied up. But I'm looking out, long term, and I buy Bitcoin every single day. So from my perspective, when it goes down like it's going down today and has been going down, well, not today, but it went down, I think, 9 straight days. That just meant for me, I was buying it cheaper and cheaper.